Welcome to this grounding yoga flow. My name is Loren and I'm your yoga teacher today. For this practice, you just need some comfortable clothes that you can move in, a mat or a towel, and a pillow, especially if you would like to cushion for certain poses we're going to do on the ground. Thank you for joining this practice today. The grounding practice is helping you to get connected with your body, your mind, and your breath to bring you into the present moment and keep you here for the next couple minutes. Thanks for coming, and we'll get started. We'll get started at the top of our mat in mountain pose. So I want you to separate your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Get your knees nice and loose. Bring your arms out to the side. Roll your shoulders up and back. And just breathe here. Take a nice big inhale from the belly. Exhale out the nose. Inhale from the belly. Breath comes up, out the nose. And stabilize here. You might want to close your eyes and take the next couple of breaths. Inhaling from the belly, exhaling out the nose at your own pace. Feel your connection to the ground and feel gravity pulling your fingers toward the earth. Great. Open your eyes, bring your hands together, palms together. From here, we're going to move into a little heart opening stretch. So inhale, bring your hands to lift above you. And exhale, release your hands down to the side. Inhale, reach, lift from the core, roll your shoulders open and away from your ears. And exhale, release your hands. Two more like this. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, coming down. Great. From here, we're going to take some side twists. So bring your right hand to your left shoulder and your left hand behind your back. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, twist to the left, be loose in your knees, get a nice bend. Look over your left shoulder and come back to the center. One more time. Inhale, twist, exhale, come up. Release your hands out to the sides and switch. Left hand comes to right shoulder, right hand comes behind the body. Inhale, bend the knees, twist to the right, exhale to the center. Twist to the right, inhaling. Exhale, back to the center. One more. And come back to the center. Great. From here, we're going to take a box breath. Let's get in touch with our breathing. So I want you to imagine that there's a box in front of you. And we're going to breathe in line with this box. So on the inhale, breathe in from your belly, and then hold the inhale at the top. Exhale, release the breath, and hold at the bottom. Inhale, hold the breath. Exhale, release. Hold at the bottom. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Come back to the mat. Get grounded in your hands, arms, and legs. Feel yourself sinking down into the mat, into the ground. And then from this grounded, standing, solid position, I want you to inhale, bring your hands in front of you, and interlace your fingers. If it's difficult to do this, You can always grab at the wrists and pull out, or bring the palms together and pull out. I'm gonna interlock my wrists. So from here, I want you to inhale, lift the hands up, and exhale, release. Inhale, lift it up. Lift your heart, slight little back bend, and release. We're gonna do that back bend again. I'll change to a side view. So inhale, lift it up, lift the chest, pelvis forward, and release. 2 more. Inhale, come up, pelvis forward, release. Good. And 1 more, move at your own pace. Inhaling to come up, pelvis forward, follow your hands with your eyes, and release. Excellent. From here, we're going to move into our first balancing pose. So bring your hands out in front of you, thumbs come up, and bring your hands out to the side. From here, I want you to inhale, come up on your toes, lift your heels, and then exhale, release. Inhale up, exhale, release. 2 more. Up, exhale. Up, exhale. Great. Release your hands. We're bringing our hands up again. This time, bring them out. We're gonna inhale, come up, and hold. Then exhale, release for a breath. Ground back down to our feet and hold here. So we're doing the box breath with a balance. Release your hands, get settled. Inhale, come up. Hold. Exhale, release your feet and hold, ground down. Inhale, get tall, hold the breath at the top, then exhale all the air out of your body, release your heels, hold the breath, inhale, come up, hold, exhale, release, and then last one, inhale, hold, exhale, release. Great. From here, we're gonna move into another balance, a side stretch. So interlock your fingers again, bring your hands up, bring your core in, feel the connection to your belly, chest up, roll your shoulders away from your ears, elbows out and bent, a nice bend in your standing legs. You don't need to be locked in your knees. And then I want you to look up your hands, push your right hip out to the right, bend into both knees, and then exhale, release over to the left. Breathe here, inhaling into the right side of the body. Keep a nice bend in your knees, stretching out through the right hip, reaching out through your hands. And on your next exhale, come up and back to the center. Release and let that go. We're going to do the same thing opposite side. So bring your palms to the center. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach out to the side. Push the left hip to the left. Bend the knees. And reach over to the right side. Breathe into the left side body. And inhale, come all the way up. Great. We're gonna take that position again, just to get loose and goosey in your body for a second, wiggle it out. reconnect and reground to yourself. Take a nice deep breath here and release. Good. Inhale, come back up. We're gonna do that same side stretch. We're gonna add a side balancing element. So I want you to put your left hip out like you're doing that side stretch. Reach over to the left side. And now take your right foot and slowly walk it out. Whenever you're ready, take a nice big inhale, and on the inhale, try to lift the foot. A standing side balance, getting long. It doesn't matter how high you lift your foot here. It just matters that you attempt the lift. You're getting the same type of stretch in the same muscles, no matter how high your foot is lifted. On your next exhale, lower the toe on the right side, come back to center. Again, reground yourself. Just take a second. And remember, the body is more like sisters than twins on the right and left side. So just because your right side was a little tight or if it felt really good, expect changes, is what I'm saying. Life is uncertain, and that's why we ground. Practice here so we're prepared in other parts of our lives. So with that in mind, lean into your right hip, reach up, and take the side stretch over to the right. Then walk your left toes out, left toe on the floor, stretching diagonally. And then slowly inhale and lift that left foot. The toe can be pointed or flexed. The goal here is just the balance. And again, you can lift it as high as you need to feel the stretch you want. Let the yoga pose take the form of your body. And exhale, bring the left foot down, hands come down. Come to a standing position. We're gonna move into a chair pose now. So for chair pose, I'm gonna model it to the side. I want you to bring your hands up, inhale. Connect with your core. Breathe into your abdomen. Feel yourself engaging. Then I want you to spread your knees nice and wide. Wider than hips distance, almost as wide as your mat. Inhale, connect to the core, and from the core, sit back into your heels. Keep your knees nice and bent, knees and ankles in alignment. Try not to let the knees go beyond the toes. So you want to sit back. And now imagine you have a tail in the back, your little tail sticking up. I want you to take that tail and I want you to move it down towards the ground. So you're getting grounded in your spine. Breathe here. Breathe into the belly. You can move your wrists around. Take a couple breaths. And exhale, push up. Nice. We're gonna do chair pose in motion now. So keep your nice chair pose stance. Inhale, bring your arms up. And then exhale, release. Into chair pose, arms come back, shoulders are nice and wide. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Look at the ground. Inhale, come up, look at the sky. Exhale, come down to the ground. Inhaling, pushing through away from the ground. Exhaling, getting closer. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale, stretch and release. Bring it down. Push up through your heels. Come to standing. From here, we're gonna move into hip circles. So make sure that your legs are, again, a little bit wider than hips distance apart, hip bones, and toes are slightly pointed out. From here, I want you to push the weight of your hip to the left side. So you're engaging the left hip. So you're gonna want a nice bend in that left knee. Keep the right leg straight, but nice and goosey in the knee. So the bones, the structure is straight, but the knee is nice and bent and loose. You want that chair pose in the back, shaping your tailbone, your tail in the back down towards the earth. And come up. Let's connect to our breath more on the opposite side. So now take your right hip, lean your hip to the right side, bend into the right knee, and keep a nice bend in the left. Inhale here. Connect with the ground where your foundation is in this pose. Good. And now we're going to switch here. So inhale to the left. Exhale, push through your feet, come to the center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, come up. So we're going to do 4 of these. Move at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Find your flow. Find your breath. Make the connection to your body. Moving meditation. We've got one more round of breath. Let your body take the shape of the pose. And on your next exhale, meet at the center together. Great. We're going to start taking this into hip circle motions. So pop your left hip out to the side. Again, you want that nice crunch like we had in the side stretch. You're lifting your hip up, and then I want you to take the hip back. Push it back. And then bring the hip over to the right. Push it up. Again, you want a nice bent knee here in the right side, pushing away with the left. And then bend both knees, bring the pelvis forward. So inhale, bend into the left, straighten the legs, push back, bend into the right, bend both knees, pelvis forward, and take the circle. Move with your own body, your own space, your own time. One more full circle. And meet at the center. Great. Now we're going to add the breath. So those same circles, moving with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Release. Inhale. Bring it all the way back. Exhale. Bring it around. One more. Inhale. Bring it back. Exhale. Bring it around. And one more. Go with it at your own pace. Great. And come back to the center. Shake it out from your body. And we're going to do that whole hip circle in the opposite direction. So from here, we're going to start out on the right. Kick the right hip out. Bend into the right knee. Bring the knees forward into a nice bend. Lift the left hip out to the side. Bend into the left knee and straighten both the legs. Bring it to the back. So just move here. Making nice big circles. This is the root of our body. This area. So we're moving and getting in touch with those roots. And now connect it to the breath. So take a second, you know the motions. Now let's put the motions to the mind, to the body. Hip circles. Start off to the right, bring it forward, inhale, exhale to the left, and pull it back. Inhale, come forward, exhale, bring it back. It's that box breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. One more, going at your own pace. Great. You can come back to the center. Now we're going to move into the forward fold. So I want you to get nice and long in your legs. Again, standing about a little larger than hips distance apart. Again, a little wider than the mat. As you can see, I'm off my mat. So I want you to bring your hands to your hips, roll your shoulders up and away from your ears, stick out your chest, and from your big open heart chest, I want you to push back, bend the knees, nice and generous, and let yourself fold forward, head comes down. Bring your chin towards your chest. And then from here, just let your hands hang. If you want to, you can bring your elbows together. You can put your fists on the ground. You can put your hands at your back, behind your head. Just let yourself dangle and feel gravity pulling you toward the ground. Release and exhale. Now take your left hand out in front of you, about your arm's distance away. Bring your hand directly in front of your face on the ground, and then take your opposite hand, reach up and lift up, opening up to the side. So you still want to keep a nice bend in your knees, but you're twisting. My twist here is open to the right. My left hand is down. My shoulders are stacking, and I'm nice and even in the pressure in my feet. Take a nice big inhale here. Open up. And exhale, release. Let the hand come down and replace the lifted hand with the stationary hand. Bring that hand right in front of your face. Lift the opposite hand, open up. Here, my right hand is down. My left shoulder stacks over my right hand, and I'm opening up my body towards the left. Breathe here, take a nice big breath. Generous bend of the knees. And exhale, bring both hands down. We're gonna come into a tabletop pose from here. So come onto your knees and take a seat, find a pillow. Great, now that you have your pillow, face the mat in front of you. Put the pillow down underneath your knees for cushioning. If you don't want a pillow, you don't have to use one here. Come onto all fours, knees, hips distance apart, and your hands underneath your shoulders so that your shoulder and your wrist are in alignment. Nice and wide. From here, engage your core and lift your right leg back. Ground into that right leg. Press into the toe and slowly come back and forth. One of the best ways to get grounded is to feel the weight of gravity pulling onto you. So we do that with balance. So I want you to become really stable in your left leg. Come up onto the toes of your right. Lift your right foot off the ground. It doesn't have to be that high. Just an inch will do. The motion is in the lifting. This might be enough balance for you, but if you'd like a little bit more, lean over into your right wrist and lift the opposite hand. Engage your core and feel yourself stretch through this pose. If you wiggle, that's great. It means you're very in touch with gravity in the ground. Inhale, get nice and long. Exhale, release. Inhale, get long. And exhale, release everything. We're gonna press back into a child's pose, so keep your knees nice and wide. Bring your toes together behind you and slowly release your hips back towards your feet. Stretch your hands out in front of you. Here, it's really helpful to breathe into your back. So take nice, long, deep breaths into your back. Let the air find your hips. And come back up. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So readjust yourself as you must. Again, knees and hips are in alignment, wrists and shoulders are in alignment. If this is too much on your wrists, you can always modify to bring your hands out or to be on fists. Whatever feels best for your body. You could also come down onto your forearms if that feels good. Take the left foot back, plant the left toes into the ground, and just release, sliding back and forth on that left toe. Breathing into the calves. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhale, pushing backward. Come back to a neutral place. Now we're gonna work on that balance. So lean into the right side, lean into the left side, stabilize yourself in that left toe. Slowly lift the left toe up and see if you can balance here. Try to keep your hips nice and level. You don't want to pitch too much in the hip. And again, even just an inch, a centimeter is great because you're activating all the muscles you'll need to lift and get longer and stronger and more grounded. If you want to, you can put the weight into the left hand and open up into the right. Inhale, engage through the core, and exhale, release everything. Come back into child's pose. Knees wide, hips towards the feet, stretching out in front of you. Breathing here. Nice, long, beautiful breaths. And from here, walk your hands in towards your body, sit up, and come to a comfortable seat. If you want to grab that pillow, you're more than welcome to sit on it. I'm going to do that. That's some extra cushion. From here, I want us to get into a nice open diamond butterfly pose. So bring your feet together. Your knees are nice and wide. Your pelvis is open. Take your right hand and bring it to the top of the knee. So you don't want it to be at the top, like on the bone of the knee, just right underneath the side of the bone there. Bring the forearm forward and just lean into the right side of the knee. You're just opening up through the hip on that side. If the left knee comes up, that's fine. Make sure you're maintaining that tension between your 2 feet, bringing the bottom of the feet into prayer. Great. Now we're going to move into the breath here. So take the left hand up. I want you to cross the body, look at your hand, follow the hand, reach up, open up, look beyond and behind, bring the hand down, and slowly sweep it forward. Slowly sweep it up, reach back, look at the hand, open up, then inhale, come up, exhale, release back, inhale, come up, lean over to the right, and come back, and again, inhale, come up, and back. Great, we're gonna do that same exercise on the other side. So this time, bring your left forearm into that knee pit. So you're at the knee, but not on the actual knee bone. Open up into that left hip. Bring the right hand out in front of you. Inhale, sweep that right arm up and across the body. Follow the hand, reach it back behind you, and come down. Inhale, get nice and long, stretch out. Inhale up, exhale down. That nice box breath. Inhale, hold it at the top. Exhale, bring it around. 2 more. Up. And the last one. Inhale. And exhale, come together. The last yoga pose we're going to do, lying down. So find a comfortable seat and slide onto your back. From here, I want you to take your feet and bring the right leg to cross over the left. Bring your arms out to the side naturally. Take your right hip and move your hip over to the right side, just a little bit. Take your left hand and grab that top right knee and take the whole knee package and bring it over to the left side. You might feel some adjustment in your spine. That's normal. If it's not painful, if it doesn't hurt, it's perfectly fine. Breathe here and feel where your body is connected to the ground. Your hands, your back, your head, your shoulders, your feet, your hips, your legs. Make that connection to the ground. Feel yourself relaxing and let your body slink into the ground. On your next exhale, bring your knees up. You can give yourself a little hug into the center of your chest. And then we're going to switch the legs. So this time bring the left leg up, cross it over the right, take your left hip, bring it out to the left just slightly, and then take your right hand, grab it across the body, grab that left knee, and use the right hand to pull the right knee to the right knee package to the right side. Feel your connection to the ground. Integrate your breath. The ground is nice and solid, and it can absorb a lot of shock. So feel free to release your tension. Let go, get loose, and just let the ground absorb it. Inhale. Slowly lift the leg up. Hug the knee in towards the chest. From here, you can slowly roll over to your right side. Come up to a gentle seated position. Thank you very much for joining me today in this grounding practice. I really hope you benefited from it. At the end of yoga class, yoga teachers say namaste. Namaste means the light inside of me sees and respects the light inside of you. So thank you again. Namaste.